Hey Dad, what's today's daily crypto news?
Well, we've been talking in the past about how Bitcoin maxis, I guess some of them are coming around. And they're realizing, or starting to admit, they've known all along, it's been obvious. If a guy like me in the middle of nowhere, I'm just an average guy, but the lights went on real quick in my mind about it years ago. They know. So a lot of them have been coming around and realizing, well, this XRP thing does, it looks like it could explode, whether they're looking at the charts or they're looking at the partnerships or the technology or the integrations, the fact that it's part of the crypto digital asset reserve, all these things, whatever it is, whatever angle they're looking at it from, quite a few of them are starting to admit what has been obvious for a long time. But when you start taking a survey of the crypto community or just, basically the people as a whole, you're going to find people are not easy to fool. There's a reason we have Bitcoin maxis who are literally paid to spew out false information that is just obvious for you to disprove if you're just as a regular guy like me. And one of the simple things about Bitcoin is if you run one transaction on it, say you have a taco stand. Or a coffee truck, right? Mm-hmm. We like one called Blue Butler. They're awesome.
They're our favorite coffee place.
So if you have a coffee stand like that and you want to run it on Bitcoin, can you imagine selling a triple shot latte to somebody and having to wait half an hour to maybe a day just to get paid for that one coffee? And this what was it, $3 to $5 for one of those things?
Yeah.
Let's say it's $3 or $5. Well, it's about $4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it depends what size, but yeah.
Yeah. Let's say it's a $4 coffee, but the transaction costs you $10. That's a $14 coffee. It may take you as much as a day to complete that transaction. It's not going to work for that coffee stand, and so that's not good. The coffee truck's not going to like working in Bitcoin, but if they work in XRP, guess what happens?
Instant payment.
They get paid in 3 to 5 seconds. The transaction only costs a fraction of a penny. They get paid, and here comes your hot coffee immediately. And the money is already in the coffee truck's bank account. And so those folks can go reinvest that money or do what they please with it immediately. They don't have to wait around. There's no lag. And it works better for everybody. There's no friction. So it's just that obvious. So for these fools to come around, and I say fools because, you sacrifice your integrity when you agree, even if you're getting paid, to put out false information like that. I can understand being wrong. We can all be wrong, including me. But son of a gun, it's not hard to go back and verify, wait, am I right or wrong about this? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's as simple as running a transaction. You can't tell me these Bitcoin maxis have not run a transaction on Bitcoin. Sure they have. And it doesn't compare to XRP. So that's where I know they're just being extremely dishonest. All right, so anyhow, that aside, let's take a look.
This is from Zaif Crypto. Bitcoin maxis are unhappy because more people are favoring XRP over Bitcoin. Now they're spreading misleading claims that XRP has no real use case. These FUD spreaders have truly lost their minds. Yeah,
so we're about to watch this video together, but I want you to notice that they're disturbed at the fact that people see through their BS, and they don't like that because it's obvious BS. I mean, you can just do exactly what I just mentioned, right? Mm-hmm. Run a transaction and it'll be obvious to you. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to use that for my business. Somebody might, but nobody with any common sense is going to use it. You're going to give up a lot of money to these fees. You're going to have to reduce the price of your coffee because you have to consider the fees, or you're going to have to find customers who are willing to pay 3-4 times the amount for whatever product they buy from you, and be willing to wait a very long time to complete their transaction. So as it is, people get impatient at store lines, right? Or whatever, when you're waiting to pay, you put your card in, or if you tap, whatever the case may be, you want the experience to be that similar. You know how now you can tap your debit cards?
As seamless as possible.
Yeah, you want it to be seamless and quick and user convenience. Yeah. You don't get that with Bitcoin, and you never will. So let's check out the video. Let us know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and bookmark. Until next time.
Right after that, I saw Patrick Bet-David do a survey in which he asked which crypto asset had the best long-term tech, and Ripple got 43.8% of the vote.
As usual.
Bitcoin only got 35%.
Yep.
What is going on here? Why do you think so many people are in favor of Ripple?
Because they're using their minds, critical thinking.
So when I wrote that thread, I really
really quickly did some research and looked into, okay, well, what's kind of the value proposition here? What's just like the 101? And the story of Ripple kind of tells itself. It's just like, here's a coin. It's been around since 2012. And I think if anybody asks the question, like, well, how has it actually been used? What has actually been done with it? When you have a technology that's been around for more than a decade at this point, and nobody's using it, then you need to
That's
ask
a lie.
questions
That's
why.
a flat out lie. It's being used far more than any other crypto out there.
And scams and false marketing and all of these other things. And I think that...
And he knows it's a lie because he keeps looking down. Body language.
Has done a lot of, taken a lot of like disingenuous steps towards the way that they're marketing the company. They went on a campaign where, well, I guess I'll start with, they issued a token as a way to finance Ripple as a network to be adopted. Since there's been these different directions they've tried to go, but the original intention of this project was to facilitate remittance payments and be some sort of like banking settlement network. They want to create a CBDC. Like, that's ultimately what they want to do.
No, but they have a platform where you can build one.
Which I'm fundamentally against, but like, putting that aside, it's a question of like, will it actually work? Will it be adopted? And
it works better than Bitcoin, and it's being adopted.
They create this token. It was a huge pre-mine. They effectively just sell it to finance different marketing initiatives. That's all they've really done.
No, they have paying customers.
They captured a ton of value from the token during the 2017.
It's not hard to disprove all of this, guys.
Everybody knows that these things don't trade off of fundamentals.
These kids are so dishonest.
Time and time again throughout cycles. And Ripple was so successful doing that it gave them a very significant treasury and firepower to be able to like implement a bunch of different marketing campaigns. And so like